Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here. Welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And I apologize, guys, for not doing both a tweet video and an update video. Um, I've been busy. I've been very, very busy. So it is like 4 a.m. where I am right now. I just got to my computer, so let's talk about this. So earlier today, or earlier yesterday, I guess, we got ourselves this tweet. The consecutive battle challenge begins tonight at midnight. Hashtag KHux. So that's all we got. So let's go ahead and take a look at the update and read this one. I do wonder, though, what we're going to be getting. But anyway, face off with various enemies in this consecutive battle challenge. Complete the objectives to get jewels and more. How many jewels? Complete a series of objectives to get 10 quests for 10 quests to receive a total of 300 jewels and more. Okay, so again, guys, these are going to be ones where you're going to go through. You know what? Should we just do it? Let's just do it. Let's just do it, and let's, while we do it, let's talk about a couple things that are coming up this next week. So let's go ahead and just do it. So there we are. Don't forget, guys, that Lexi still has 4 more days. Oh, okay. You know what? Never mind then. I was gonna pull in this video instead, but let's just go ahead and do this. So I'm just gonna continue going in with my raid setup, because why not? I don't think I'm gonna need something else. We can use a friend setup. We can use a friend method. So let's talk about a couple things that are coming up in the game. So, I did, we have to defeat all enemies in 1 turn. Wait, do I have to defeat all enemies in 1 turn? Is this the one that I did last time where I just skipped to the end? Because the defeating all enemies in 1 turn gives you, just a HDL. I think this is it. Well, I'm running into everyone. Let's just defeat everyone this one. Let's just defeat everyone this one. Okay, so anyway. Ooh, he's cool. So, May 25th. Okay, let's talk May 25th, guys. Let's talk Turkey. So, for those of you who don't know or have missed it, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, in 6 days, May 25th, we are going to be seeing, which is very interesting, Friday. So, Thursday night going into Friday morning, we will be seeing version 2.6.0 released. Version 2.6.0 brings an entirely new game mechanism, which is going to be PvP. I'm not... A lot of you guys know, and I've, well, maybe I haven't really said it in many videos, but I've talked about it on my streams for a while now. PvP is not something that I am looking forward to that much. Ever since we heard about it, to me it's been okay. So the middle one is okay. I have to defeat all enemies. Do I have to defeat everyone? Let's see. What are the prizes? So these are just Chips and Dales, and then in the more difficult one, Chips and Dales. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, we get ourselves 300 jewels from this, don't we? Let's do it then. So okay. Let's take it way back. Let's take it way back. And I apologize if I'm just ranting here. You know what? I'll have to put that it's just like a talk or a rant or whatever. But ever since we heard in September of 2016, when we got the notice that in the future, like next year, in 2017, we were going to get what's it called? We were going to get a update to the game that was going to be what's it called? Multiplayer. When we originally heard about multiplayer, which is now called, which we know now as Union Cross, we heard about. I mean, it was so hard to comprehend. It was so hard to wrap our brains around, because you had to understand this is a turn-based mobile game with some growing pains. By that point, we had experienced several different things in the game that were kind of like, okay, so this is a new mechanism. You know, how does this work? So hearing that they were going to do such an ambitious project as multiplayer, playing with your party, playing with, you know, with your friends, was a huge thing. I mean, like, was it going to be open world? Which it's kind of open world, you know, but we don't really use it that way because this game, again, as I've brought up before, the replayability capacity of this game isn't just, it's just not there. We don't have the replayability that is going to continue to push us through the game at an advanced rate, or keep us coming back for more in the replayability sense. And by this I mean like Union Cross. If Union Cross had a whole different set of prizes, if it had like a shop where you had to collect things to be able to turn them in eventually, like, you know, I don't know, like the Union Cross coins, right? If you could trade in, I don't know, 10,000 for 100 jewels or something like that, you know, something that would enable you to continue grinding in the game or in the certain event for more. But we never had that. For a lot of us now, Union Cross has turned into a 30-minute once a week thing. You know, you do it 30 minutes for the first time, you get 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 coins, you're done. So that, in an essence, is, you know, when we heard about multiplayer originally, we really were kind of like, wow, how are they going to pull it off? And my biggest criticism, I guess, of the whole multiplayer thing was, and something that I constantly brought up before we got it, was I hope they don't mess it up. I mean, it sounds like, I mean, when you just hear it from the outside looking in, it's a very interesting concept to think you're going to be doing like turn-based multiplayer with, you know, originally we thought it was the whole party, but then it turned out to be 5 other people. With 5 other people across the world, you're going to be able to figure out a turn-based system. And then after it came out, they introduced, you know, the extra little prizes for people who hit harder or people who revive people more. And then, of course, as time went by, also when we saw the introduction of traits and that change, and also Kyrie EX. If you guys want to see a very, very, if you guys want to see a very defeated DUJ2, go look for those videos. When the trait, after the trait system came out, and we got Kyrie EX, or I didn't get Kyrie EX, and going through and seeing how I was completely, I had great medals, but without Kyrie EX, I could not hang. I could not help my party in multiplayer. I couldn't do anything. So seeing that and remembering that, how I felt about that, which is what drove me to pull over 40,000 jewels worth of, you know, times to finally get Kyrie EX. And when I finally got her, my game radically changed. It radically changed. So fast forward to now, and I have to say this. That is really awesome how May be turned into May. It actually turned to May, which is amazing. I mean, for those of us who were at the fan event, I mean, I thought, well, you know, maybe September, you know, maybe October, maybe this year we'll be seeing it. The fact that the progression of this game and the development of this game has continued to progress to where it is now is outstanding. And yes, a lot of you guys know, I have a lot of criticism for this game. I have a lot of criticism for Kingdom Hearts in general. But detailing this game, because I don't want to say I specialize in this game, but I'm focused on this game, right? So looking at the focus of this game and looking at where this game takes us and where it has taken us, to me personally, seeing something as designed as PvP, for me, it's not something I enjoy. And this is just across all games. For those of you who watch my channel and have seen, I very much shy away and don't focus on player versus player direct combat. Now, for those of you who have been watching me for a long time, and those of you who know me, you know that I don't enjoy playing games like that on stream. I don't enjoy making content for games like that, but I do enjoy challenging myself in that sense. For example, um, I play Clash Royale. I play Clash Royale. I play Spellbinders. I play other games like that, and those are games that I play on my time. I they're not, they're not for my YouTube channel. They're not for DUJ2. Those are things for me, off stream and offline. Um, because I do really enjoy, challenging myself against not an AI, against another person who is going to give me a completely different challenge than a computer would. So I do very much enjoy doing that, and I'm pretty good in some. So seeing something like that coming into this game for me is not something that I look forward to. And there's two reasons why. First of all, I don't enjoy the toxicity that comes into a community when you have direct player versus player contact. Because, of course, then it turns into, haha, I'm better than you, or, etc., etc. So that's something that I don't look forward to. I don't look forward to that kind of interaction. And also, again, looking at from the point of view of, I very much wonder how it's going to be fully carried out if it's a player versus player over a turn-based medal system like we have in this game, like the mechanic of this game. Now, we know that it's going to be more of a damage contest, so that's understandable. And you know what? I have to say this at this point, even though I don't agree with a lot of things that Square Enix has done with this game, how the game mechanics have been carried out, how the game is progressed and developed, I gotta give them props. You guys know that. I give them props because the game's clean. I mean, this game it's refined. Okay. There are huge parts that could get worked on, but equally, the actual game mechanics that they introduced are clean. Now let's talk about those game mechanics. And this is the second thing that I don't enjoy thinking about PvP coming. I don't enjoy the fact that the game mechanics in this game have turned directly into a path of money. If you think that PvP if you think you're going to be able to be, okay, you can do everything in this game, right? You can do everything in this game as a free-to-play player. And as I've said before, I personally believe with a game like this, there are two different kinds of free-to-play players. There's the free-to-play player who is, who's just brand new to the game. And not all free-to-play players are created equally. That's what I'm trying to say. A free-to-play player, you could be a free-to-play player who has not spent a single penny on this game since day one. But you've been playing since day one. You, who are a free-to-play player, playing from day one without spending a single penny, could be vastly more powerful than someone who just walked in last month and also has already dropped a few $100 on this game. Or thousands. You could be incredibly more powerful than that new player. So, not all free-to-play players are created equally. And when we look at competitive parts of this game, high score challenges, what's it called, multiplayer, Coliseum, damage contests, things like that. When we look at those those game modes that come to the game, there is no way that you can stand a chance to be in the top unless you are incredibly smart with your jewels. You save them for the perfect time, and when you do pull, because you're going to have limited pulls, you pull absolute fire. You pull like the most amazing pulls ever, and then when you guild and trait, you get exactly what you need. Case in point, Proper Artist. For those of you who don't know Proper Artist, ask him one day. Go to his channel, go hang out with him if he's playing KHux. Ask him to show you his traits, and ask him to tell you how much he pulls. He has probably one of the greatest lucks I've ever seen. It's incredible. I mean, he's got all the medals with all the best traits. So if you're one of those person, if you're one of those people who have an amazing amount of luck, and you know what, and you just save up your jewels and you use, you know, your 20, 30, 40,000 jewels that we get every single month if you buy VIP, 20,000 if you don't, and you pull at just the right time and you get the best medals and you get the best guilds and the best traits, yes, you have a chance to be competitive in the upcoming PvP. But for the rest of us, chances are that if we want to be competitive, like if I want to be competitive, I am going to have to spend money on jewels, which I have said I'm not going to do anymore. I will buy VIP every single week. I will enjoy this game to no end, but I'm not going to be spending money on jewels anymore. It's just not, it's something that I've chosen not to do anymore in this game for myself. So when I see PvP coming, and I see that if it was like, you know, if it was like Colosseum, you know, it's a challenge of your own power. It's a challenge. It's a chance to challenge yourself against others. But PvP, from what I've seen so far, brings two different mechanics that are going to be very, very interesting. One, it brings the mechanic of taking your your 6-star medals to 7-star. We don't know if this is going to be something that you can farm for, like if you can farm for the evolved materials just by doing PvP. If you just spend all day doing PvP, and even if you lose every single battle, maybe you're still going to get a little bit of evolved materials, and if we have 0 AP, you'll be able to level up your medals. Or take your medals to 7 stars. Great, that would be really wonderful. We also don't know how it's going to affect exactly the medals, but we can only hope and dream. So that's the first part. I believe though that it's going to be more of a kind of like a weekly or even maybe a daily rankings, where the people at the highest rankings will get the most materials so that they can evolve their medals. But you gotta kind of understand what that means. The people at the highest, who are the people who are going to be spending the most money in the game, are the ones who are going to be able to level everything up. That's fine. That is a common practice in a game, especially gacha games and mobile games that have microtransactions. That's understandable. But it gets double stacked on top of it. If you guys watched the previous video that I did where I talked about this update, and let me show it to you guys real quick. When I talked about the 2.6.0, the third announcement they gave us, kind of saying, hey, it's coming. Which actually, if they've had this much information, they could have been giving us one of these a month. I think it would have built up a little bit more instead of being like just all of a sudden like, here you go, it's coming next week. But again, that's up to them. So if you look at the version 2.6.0 update preview and you look at this this right here, just from this screenshot, there's a couple of things that we can gather. The first thing I say we can gather is the fact that we have 120 possible slots. The other thing that we can gather is just from looking on the right side, or on the left side, I guess. Right side of your screen, my left side. I guess my right side too. We can, over there, you can go and gather that you have a tier 6 medal gives 0.08 or 0.06. 0.06. A tier 4 medal gives 0.004. A tier 7 medal gets 0.01. And then the tier 8 medal, that's Sora, that we still don't know who he is, gets 0.012, 0.012. So to be able, from that, if it's not cumulative, if these don't add up, and to get the multipliers on your medal, also the other question is, once you use a medal in a Keyblade, is that it? Like, you can't use it again. You have to equip brand new medals into your Keyblades. So let's say we have 120 slots, right? And I did explain this before. If you have 120 slots and then you're going to multiply that by 0.012, which is apparently what a tier 8 medal can give you, then you're looking at a 1.44 multiplier for your Keyblade. And this is thinking that you can reuse the same medals, kind of like in the pets, you know how the pet system works, where we can reuse medals Even though we equip a medal into the pet slot, we can still use that medal in our keyblades, kind of thing, you know. So let's say that we can reuse these medals. That's still 120 medals. Remember, these are tier 7 medals, right? Sorry, 7-star medals. And 7-star medals, the only way you can take them to 7 stars is if you have them fully gilded. So, okay, you follow me so far? So let's say you want to be the best of the best. You want to be the absolute best. You want to have the absolute most you possibly can. You want to get that 1.44 extra multiplier on your Keyblade. What do you got to do? You're going to have 120 tier 8 fully gilded taken to 7-star medals. How long is it going to take you, and how many materials, evolved materials, is it going to take 120 medals to 7 stars? And what's it going to take for you to get 120 fully gilded tier 8 medals? Both of those can be solved with a lot of money. If you pull a lot during a banner and get a bunch of tier 8 medals, gilt them all up, then you can compete with those medals, get the evolved materials. And this is just an assumption because we don't know how evolved materials is going to work yet for 7 stars. Yes, this, as you guys can tell, it opens up a giant room. It opens up a giant arena of gameplay that is behind a pay. I'm going to call it a pay fence. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I have different analogies. I have the cookie jar analogy. I have the paywall analogy. I have the pay ladder analogy. Yeah, I have the cookie on the top shelf analogy. So this is going to be called the chain link analogy. This is going to be, to me, I think what it is that you're going to walk in. If you've ever been to a baseball game, and you can see that, like, you can actually like go down on the field or whatever, and you can see this giant field ahead of you, and it looks so cool. But there's a chain link fence ahead of you, so you can see everything. You can put your fingers through the chain link, and you can see everything that's right there in front of you, but you can't get to it. So I kind of feel like that's how a lot of us are going to feel with PvP. It's going to be like, it's all there. Look at all this awesomeness here. You can get so much. You can you can get a higher multiplier. You can get all these medals. You can get all this material. It's all there. It's all there. But you got to pay to get it. So again, yes, this is me being very, I don't want to say I'm being jaded or I'm being, you know, negative about it. But we've been playing this game almost 2.5 years now. We've been playing this game. No, not 2.5 years. 2 years and 1 month. It has only been, wait. Exactly 1 month ago, I was in California. How, when I think of everything that's happened in the last month, I'm very happy and very grateful. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. We finished it. This kind of turned into just a kind of a rambling, ranty DUJ talks while he's doing the consecutive battle challenge. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I have had a lot of people ask me, what's my opinion on PvP? Am I excited for it? What do I think about it coming? Do I think it's going to be? How is it going to be? So there you go. I just spilled everything that I've been thinking about, guys, and I've been kind of, you know, mulling in the back of my brain. There's a lot here. Also, for those of you who wonder, I do think that the whole quest thing, I don't know why they're doing that. It seems like they're doing something, and also as we progress in the game, it does seem like this update, the story quest skip thing feature, I kind of feel that this is very much designed because they are expecting a brand new group of people to come to the game, which also brings up to the point of the Kingdom Hearts 3. With the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 coming next, with the announcement of the Kingdom Hearts 3 coming soon. Yeah, I gotta be careful there how I word things. With the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 coming later this year, of when it will be released, you gotta know that if Square Enix is going to be careful, or if Square Enix is going to be, you know, I'm not going to say if they're smart, because they're smart, but I kind of wonder just what connectivity or what playability or what, you know, like collaboration there will be with Kingdom Hearts 3 and future Kingdom Hearts titles with KHUX, because as they have made it very, very obvious, Kingdom Hearts is here to stay, guys. This is not going anywhere. This game is most obviously going to be here for a while. Um, it just is. I mean, that's just how it seems the game is going to be. So, looking at that, definitely is going to be something that, you know, we're going to have to see in the future. We're going to have to see, you know, if they're going to bring some sort or what kind of replayability they're going to bring into the game or connectivity with Kingdom Hearts 3. So, believe it or not, guys, I am sure there's going to be a massive amount of new players to this game continuing. And I believe that they have noticed now, and they have proven to in Square Enix, you know, like the Kingdom KHUX team has proven to Square Enix that this is a good game. This is both a good game, it has huge potential still, and it has massive capacity to keep going for a long time in the future. So because of that, I do hope and I do believe that they are going to continue developing the game, and I hope that this quest thing means that not only are we going to see completely exclusive content, new worlds, new storylines in this game, but they're gonna really invest time and effort and money into it to make it a whole different experience. Of course, the mechanisms that we continue seeing to this day in the game are very money oriented, you know. But then again, we see a mechanic like this. We see a mechanic like this, and I've said this several times before, the stained glass medals. These draws that not only are you guaranteed within 5 pulls, and you get trait medals every single pull. It's great. This is how the game should be. Is it still a good price? No, I don't think it's a good price, because I think that to get one of these medals, you should be spending like $20, 20, $25, you know. I think in general, but this is just my personal opinion. In general, a lot of these, you know, are just too expensive. And if all, you know, microtransaction mobile games continue doing this, eventually they're going to get either regulated or something's going to happen, and, you know, moms against microtransactions is going to happen or something. For those of you who have been around since the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. Moms against video games. So you know, if that happens, and if that continues, then yeah, it could be a negative. It could be a negative for their business. But even so, looking at the stained glass medals, if we didn't have the free pull, that's still $100. $100 for a medal with guaranteed 4 traits or 5 traits, 4 traits, 4 traits, 5 traits. Yeah, five chances, because you pull 5 times, you get 5 trait medals. So 5 chances at traits, guaranteed for $100. And that's if we don't take into consideration the free first pro. Still, it's like $80. $80 for, you know, for a medal, for pixels. So I still think that is very high. And yes, we do get a lot of free jewels now, but at a certain point, if you want to have everything, you gotta start spending money. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. That is my rant. I wasn't expecting to do this. I was expecting to I wrote out a little thing of bullet points because I wanted to talk about version 2.6. I did want to talk about it. I did want to talk about it coming 2.6.0. I wanted to talk about it. I want to, you know, just like have like a detailed conversation with you guys about it. But I guess it turned into a whole different thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I am DUJ2. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of people are excited about PvP coming. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.